Friday Big Show, here we are. A pleasure to be back with you. As always on Friday, super big topic. Today, parents, why are you hovering over your children when they get in the middle school years? I understand it's a tough transition to get from over here in elementary to over here in middle school. You know, over in elementary, you were there, you're holding the hand, you're making sure the lunch is made, all the homework is turned in, right? Over here in middle school, if you're still doing that, stop. It is your child's opportunity to step up and start taking responsibility for some of the choices, right? And your child's opportunity to step up and try and figure out some of the challenges, some of the peer relationship stuff that's going on. You cannot be the problem solver that you were over here. That is a big transition for you, almost as big as what your kids are going through, right? So when you talk about hovering, that's usually connected with parents who are still solving problems that really kids are able to solve. They forget their lunch, they're going to solve that problem. Most kids are not going to go hungry, right? And hungry, again, is the person living on dirt in a third world country. Hungry is not your child who forgot their lunch one day, right? What happens when they forget their homework? Teacher's going to have something in place there, whatever it is. It's detention and they're missing recess. Yes, it's unpleasant, and yes, they're not going to like that. That's the consequence. Not something that you enforce, something that is enforced by the school. Right? Difficulty with friends. You can't step in and solve those problems. You could, but what are they learning? Because eventually you will not be there. And there has to be a point at which they're going to start making choices and being able to experience what the consequences are of those choices. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Okay? The real question, though, is when does that happen? And the other question that kind of drives a lot of this hovering is, will my child be okay? The answer is yes. If they forget a homework assignment every once in a while, right? It's a completely different issue if they're not turning in any homework at all, or they have absolutely no friends, right? Or they're not eating. That's a whole different issue that we can get into, but we're not going to in today's show. I'm talking about just allowing kids to make choices and to experience consequences without the buffer of the parent in between. Okay? So, one last point. The only difference between the real world, right? You say to your kids, wait till you're in the real world. You'll see how it is. You'll see how tough it is. The only difference between the world that your kids are living in and the real world is that the kids are living in this world where there's a buffer. There's somebody who's not allowing them to experience the negative consequences of their choices, right? When you're an adult, no buffer. You make a choice, there's a consequence. Got to deal with that. So giving children an opportunity early on to make choices and see consequences, valuable life skill, right? Hopefully they'll sort through some of those choices that maybe they wouldn't have made otherwise, right? When they're younger. So that when they get older, right, the choices they make are more qualified. All right. Hey, as always on Friday, a little fortune cookie for you. I'm always surprised at the relevance of these. Let's see. You are going to have a very comfortable old age. Yeah, if my kids don't kill me first. I'm hoping for that. I think we all are, but getting through the middle school years, one of the toughest times for parents and kids. So hang in there, parents. All right? And have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself.